Hi, welcome to Behind the Saddle. Today we've got apprentice jockey, Molly Gunn. How are we, Molly? You okay? I know you've had a few
Hi.
tough weeks
Uh,
the last couple of weeks.
yeah, taking a little tumble, but I'm all good. Getting on the mend now.
How was your Christmas and New Year? Good?
In hospital, but otherwise it was fine.
Yeah, so let's just take it to the very start for yourself. How did you get involved in horse racing and being a jockey?
I started with horse racing. Like I didn't really know anything about horse racing growing up, to be honest. I saw a documentary on TV with my mum when I was probably about 14 or 15. And I think that was about the Northern Racing School, college. So it sort of stemmed from there and I was a bit stuck, not knowing what to do when I finished school. So I applied for that and went to the racing school, and then it sort of snowballed from there. Spent nearly 10 years in Newmarket. Yeah, just under 10 years in Newmarket, and then found my way to Tony Carroll's and have my license now.
And what was that experience like for you in the British Racing School?
No, it was a northern one. It was a
Oh, the
northern racing
Northern
school.
one.
Yeah, the northern one that I went to. It was probably a bit of a shock to the system, but as a kid growing up, only sort of rode at the pony riding stables once a week. It was brilliant. I loved it. From riding only once a week to every day. It was yeah, absolutely loved it.
Yeah, as I say, we've been down to the Northern Racing College in Doncaster. Is that where you mean? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So obviously we've been down there, and obviously the facilities are amazing, and all the staff are all really amazing as well, and what they do on a daily basis as well to get you where from obviously, because obviously it's a 12-week course, isn't it? From obviously from week 1 to obviously to week 12.
Yeah, I mean, I learned a lot in that time. I'd never sat on a thoroughbred at this point. Uh, f- you know, learned a lot, fell off a lot. Kept getting back up and got back on. And yeah, luckily it's put me in a good position going forward. I had a lot to learn leaving the school, as you do. I think you're
Yeah,
always still learning with horses, aren't you? But yeah, no, it was good.
yeah. And
It
obviously there,
humbled
the
me.
obviously it's not just being a jockey, is it? There's so many more careers you can go into. Obviously at the Northern Racing College, it's not just being a jockey, is it?
No, there's so I think from when I was there, it's changed a bit now. They sort of do other disciplines or have pathways to other disciplines and into other parts of the racing industry. Yeah, there's so much that goes into it for getting to get a horse onto the racetrack. So you've got to give credit to everyone before they even get to the track, really.
When was the moment when you realised you really wanted to be a jockey? Obviously, I know you're a flat jockey now, but was there ever a moment you really you wanted to be a jump jockey?
No, never really.
Never
I think I've
interested.
I've I've always sort of I'm just under 5 foot, so I think it's always been the obvious option. I never grew up jumping or doing anything like that. Just the odd bits at the riding school. So it was never really an avenue I probably ever looked at. And I sit quite light, so it was always pretty obvious that I was going to go down the flat route.
And was your parents a big role in, obviously, when you said you wanted to go to the National Horse Racing College? What did they think of that?
I mean, it was just as new to me as it was to them. So we were all going into it a bit blind, but they were so supportive from the start. So it was great. Yeah, like we were all learning along the way.
And obviously, it must have been really scary as soon as you left, obviously, the National Horse Racing College. What was it like when you left there and obviously went into like the real racing world?
Well, I think I probably thought it was like this big adventure as a kid then. So I was only 16. I'd moved out from home and I was really lucky, lived with a really lovely family. Um, and yeah, they were brilliant to live with and they really looked after me. So that probably played a massive part in it when I did leave. And then again, they taught me so much again as well.
And what was that first moment like for you? Can you remember your first ride at the racetrack? What was that first moment like when you had the racetrack?
Yeah, I remember it was at Wolverhampton. It was at the back end of COVID, I think. It was just as the restrictions were getting lifted. So I was very lucky my parents were able to come. I think it was in like a sellers race or something, but I remember thinking it was the best thing ever. That was my first boss, Tony Carson, gave me my first ride. So yeah, was really grateful to them for even giving me a chance.
Yeah, and your parents must have been proud, obviously, watching you on from the stands. Obviously,
Yeah,
seeing
they
you go all
were.
that way.
Yeah, no, yeah, yeah. It was so new to all of us. No, they were really proud. No, it was great to have them there.
Was there anyone that really inspired you, like jockey wise, growing up? Obviously, or you're always learning, obviously throughout the your college days and stuff. Was there anyone that really? Because there's a lot of jockeys out there now, especially younger ones, or and obviously role models in like the Holly Doyle, Rachel Blackmore, a lot of women jockeys out there.
Oh, I'd say as I sort of got into racing and started to understand racing, it was the likes of Holly and Haley were and Josie Gordon. Those were probably three that are standout names to me as I came into racing, and who I looked up to, and would always aspire to be like them and be better, um, or come as close as I can. So they were probably three that stand out to me as I came into racing and was sort of learning the trade.
And what was that feel like as soon as you got your license?
It happened all very quickly. So I did my license course, got my license, and then I think about 5 days later, I managed to pick up my first ride. So we were then chasing the BHA and the licensing team to see if I could even actually ride that soon. So it probably didn't actually sink in for a minute. It was like 1 minute I'd done the course, next minute I was at Wolverhampton. Um, so yeah, like it was a bit of a whirlwind of a week, but I do remember being very excited.
And what's that process like? Obviously, if people out there watching this who are obviously looking on getting the license or applying for the license, what's that process like?
What, the licensing course itself,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
yeah, so it was a 2-week course. Again, there's so much information to take in, and even just as soon as you get to the track again, it's nothing I think ever prepares you fully, unless you've come through pony racing, which I obviously
Yeah.
hadn't. Nothing prepares you till the day. And I remember my first ride, I think it was Holly. She came and showed me around everywhere, and she really took me under her wing. So like that in itself was exciting as a just starting out. It was nice having somebody like that look after you.
And is that what you want to be like? Obviously, when you obviously through obviously it's your fifth season, I think. Do you want to be that like that person that Holly was like to the younger generation when they come through?
Oh, of course. I think there's a really nice team of girls riding at the minute. They're all really nice, and yeah, I think any of the girls coming through, that all of us would happily look out for everyone. Yeah, they're all lovely. There's nobody I'd be, you know, happier to share the weighing room with those than those girls now.
So let's
So
just
yeah,
take it to the day of the life of yourself. What does a day look like for you? Obviously, when you wake up in the morning to go, obviously go to bed at night.
yeah, pre-breaking the leg, it was very different at the minute, my mornings.
Yeah,
Pre-breaking the leg, I started at Tony's at 6:30. So yeah, I'd get in at 6:30. We'd have about 6, 7 lots a morning. So typically a day of no racing, it would be 6, 7 lots. I'd have my afternoon, so I'd have a bit of time off then, and I'd either gym. I've got a dog, so, she takes up a bit of time, and also quite like to play tennis. So that sort of fills my afternoon up, back to evening stables, and then got my evening to myself. But then again, day of racing, it's again still 6:30 start at Tony's, ride out as many lots as I can get in before going racing, and then wherever I am racing, I'll kick on there.
yeah, and obviously the of that unfortunate accident you had just before Christmas. How mentally strong and physically strong do you have to be? Obviously, through like such a horrible thing to happen to you.
Well, breaking the leg.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's not great. It's definitely hard sitting there watching all the racing, and you're looking at horses that you probably would have been riding, or that's definitely tough, and I don't think a hell of a lot prepares you for that. I broke my collarbone in the past, but it was early on. I wasn't really getting many rides anyway at that point. Um, so it was fine. But now, it's obviously hard watching. Um, Everyone going, with all the racing that we've got going on. Tony's always very busy through the winter. So I've been trying to keep myself busy. I've been tried to do a few online courses, try and keep my brain motivated, and I'm still watching the racing. I don't want to miss out on anything.
yeah.
But like the hardest part is trying to stay fit, 'cause I'm still non-weight bearing on that leg. I had surgery 2 weeks ago on it. Um, so yeah, it's a little bit of a battle, but it's fine. It's good. I'm in
Yeah.
good spirits still.
So obviously, when you do get back into the saddle, what obviously we've mentioned the past about obviously keeping up with training and nutrition, and obviously it's long. Some days you can be traveling for long days.
Mm.
How do you keep that balance?
What, when I was riding?
Yeah, when you was riding, yeah.
Yeah, so we've like the injured jockeys, like the IGF, they're brilliant. We don't have one too close to us, but they keep in contact with us. You know, we've got a really good nutrition team, which I speak to them. And I do enjoy cooking and stuff, so I can always have a bit of fun with that. And I'm pretty lucky; I wasn't too restricted with my diet.
Yeah.
So that definitely made life a lot easier. And as well, I speak to Glenn down in the Peter O'Sullivan house. He was always setting gym stuff for me. Enjoyed running as well, so there was plenty of stuff to keep me fit and busy in between racing.
No, definitely, and obviously, you've already achieved so much in your career so far. This is your fifth season, if I'm right.
Yeah, I think I must be coming into my fifth. I think my first season I only started like the back end of it, and then I broke my collarbone, so
Yeah,
that sort of put me out for a little while, and then it's only really picked up since going to Tony
yeah.
Carroll's. Yeah.
So obviously, it's your fifth season. Is that where you would like to be? Obviously, everyone wants more winners and obviously more rides. What does it look like for the future for yourself?
Well, at the minute, I've just got to get over this broken leg, and then it will be back to the case of just trying to pick up as many rides and winners. It's just what we all want, isn't it? To do one better than your last year. Obviously, mine was cut a little bit short with this injury, but hopefully, I'll be back and fitter and stronger, as they say.
Yeah, definitely. And would you ever? I don't know if you've ever thought about this in the past. I know a lot of jockeys in the winter go like over to like New Zealand, Australia. Would you ever look at going abroad to racing?
I definitely Australia definitely appeals to me. It's definitely something I'd like to do in my career. Yeah, that's definitely something I'd like to do. There's so much racing there, and obviously the money and the prize money is so much better than British racing. So it's definitely something I would be looking to do at some point, as a case of when.
And obviously, do you have an agent? I know a lot of jockeys have agents. Do you have an agent that sorts all your rides out, etc.? And what's the process for that?
Yeah, so my agent's Mark Furness, and I'm in regular contact with him. Even now, he's been brilliant checking in on me. But yeah, Mark does all my rides. He's been great, been a good help.
And talk us a little bit about obviously you're under Tony Carroll now. What's he like as a person? Obviously a mentor as well. And what's the yard like? Any atmosphere wise?
Oh yeah, Tony's brilliant. Yeah, I couldn't have asked for a nicer boss to work for, and a nicer yard to ride for. No, I'm really lucky there. He fills you with confidence, and he's very down to earth and he's easy to talk to. So I'm very lucky in that respect. Very very lucky. We've got lots of horses as well to keep us busy. You know, so no,
And how long have you been with Tony for?
3 years.
Oh right,
Yeah,
amazing, yeah.
yeah.
So let's just talk a little bit about off the track and like a little bit about yourself, personality wise. So obviously I know before you mentioned you love your tennis. Obviously you've got dogs. Do you have any more hobbies or anything you like to do away from the track?
Um, Away from the track. I mean, aside from like the dogs and very much learning to play tennis. It was a hobby I picked up last summer. Well, sort of through the summer I picked it up. That's
Have you
kept me
played
busy.
paddle?
I haven't played paddle yet. It's something I'm pretty keen to have a go at. Once this
Yeah,
leg's fixed, I think I'll get onto
I know.
paddle and I'll probably try squash as well.
Yeah.
As soon as I can. It does look like good fun. Um, I do like surfing, given the chance. It's quite difficult. Don't have many beaches near us. But growing
Yeah.
up as a kid, we used to spend the summers down by the beach. So that was always good fun. Love doing that.
Yeah, and what was like where you originally from, sorry?
So I'm originally from Sutton Coldfield, which is just outside of Birmingham, but my mum was from Devon. So we used to spend a lot of the summers down in Devon with my
Yeah.
grandparents, and they
That's
were
where the
on by the
surfing comes
coast.
from, I can imagine.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
what was like growing up for you? Like obviously going to school and stuff like that. What was life like growing up?
Yeah, no, I mean, it was probably pretty standard. I lived in living near Birmingham, very, very much city life. There's not many horses around. Um, s- so yeah, it was good. I had great friends and it was nice. It was good upbringing.
And obviously, was there ever a plan B if you wasn't going to be a jockey? Was there anything else that you'd want to be like nowadays?
Well, I don't think I ever thought I was probably gonna. I I feel like when I was a kid, I thought I'd do the race in school, see what happens, and then Plan B was just go home and go to college and like mum's a nurse, and I was always interested in that sort of side of things. So probably would have gone into that field. But then as I got into racing, you sort of get sucked into it a bit. And
Yeah.
luckily, I haven't had to have too much thought into that yet. But it is always at the back of the mind, you know, what's after racing. It's definitely something you always have a, you know, think about.
Yeah, and obviously, where do you think that? Sorry, if there's one message you give to anyone out there, like who have helped you, obviously past in the past, the last couple of years, obviously since your young age, obviously like your parents and obviously mentors and obviously trainers that you've been with, what's one message you'd say to them?
Thank you. You know, they've put up with me. They've given me the confidence to try and do this. I've got no racing background. You know, it's a completely different world to me. I've had to really start from the bottom and try and work my way up. So I've got to thank absolutely everybody for, you know, for even making it possible and making it me able to think that I could do it. So I suppose for them, it's definitely thank you.
Oh yeah. So we're gonna play a little game now. It's a bit of a new game to the channel. We're gonna ask you how many race courses do you think you can name in the UK? You can name.
How many?
How many do you think you can name?
Oh, I don't know. You'd have to test me.
Okay.
At least 10, I'd like to hope.
So we'll go for 10 then.
Definitely more, but I'd like to. You
We'll
put me
go
on the
to 50,
spot.
we'll go for 15 just to challenge
Yeah.
you.
Okay. Yeah. I think I
Okay.
could probably pull it off.
Okay, go on. Let's get it on the clock here. We'll put a minute
Oh
on the
no.
clock.
Right.
A
Okay.
minute on the clock. Right there.
Right. Tell me when.
Three, three, two, one, go.
Brighton, Lingfield, Kempton, Newmarket, Rowley Mile, and July course. Nottingham, Southall, Newcastle, Ayr, Perth, Hamilton, um, Carlisle, Thirsk, Catterick, um,
30
um,
seconds.
I can put me under pressure. Uh, Redcar. God, can't think now. Um,
20 seconds.
Banger, Banger, Uttoxeter, Wincanton, Hereford,
10.
Worcester, Exeter, Taunton. Is that a race course? Ooh,
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's time. So I can tell you got 21.
Did
So
I?
look at
Oh,
that.
okay.
Smashed it. Yeah, 21.
They definitely
Amazing.
should have
So
rolled off this.
that's the record. I played that with you for the first time. So anyone else who comes on the show, they've got to beat
Yeah.
21 now. So, and I
Oh
think
god.
there's
Okay.
50 in the UK. I think there's around 50, 57.
Is
I think.
there? God, I'm gonna have to go and have
Yeah,
a look
yeah.
now. See what ones have caught me out.
That might be Ireland as
Definitely.
well, though. To be fair.
Oh.
So just to
Yeah.
finish it off, Molly. So I'm just going to ask you a few quick fire questions and some questions to
Hmm.
end the show. So what's your favourite race course to ride at?
Leicester.
What is it that
I've
you love
had-
about Leicester? Leicester's great
Uh,
race course.
I don't really know, to be honest. I've just had a lot of success there.
Fair use.
So I can't. Otherwise, Nottingham. I've not had a winner there yet, but I love riding at Nottingham as well.
And what's one race course you'd love to ride that you haven't already?
Ascot.
Yeah, the Royal Ascot.
Yeah.
Favourite horse you've ridden so far?
A horse called Three Dons. I won 6 on him last year, so he takes top spot.
Did he run a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah, he ran over hurdles at Leicester. Finished
Yeah,
second, I
yeah.
think. Yeah, yeah,
Did he come second?
yeah. Second. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
He was unlucky not to win that as well.
I know. I think he was a bit of a monkey, really. Had a little look at
Yeah,
one, and yeah, he was poor Nick riding him. It was probably a touch
yeah.
frustrating, but yeah, he ran really well.
No, he did. He did run really well.
Mm.
What would you say your biggest achievements in racing is so far?
My biggest achievement, I suppose, getting my license and riding some winners. You know, you can't top that. Hopefully, I can ride some more and improve the numbers. That'd be an achievement.
No, definitely. Who would you say? Have you got any best mates in racing in the weighing room or
Oh, all the
outside the
girls.
weighing room?
Yeah, I mean, all the girls in there are great. Like Georgia, Josie, they're all Gina, they're all brilliant. Grace, they're all really nice girls. So yeah, all the girls in the weighing room are lovely.
And do you have any pre-race rituals before you go out for a race, anything like that?
No, I try
No,
not to believe in any of that.
just
No, I
just stay
try not to.
focused.
Yeah, I try not to get too caught up in that sort of stuff if I can help it. Yeah.
And what's the atmosphere like before? Obviously, when you get to the race course, and obviously in the weighing room, and obviously you're about to go out for a race.
I mean, there's always probably a little bit of a buzz around, but no, it's generally a pretty good atmosphere. Yeah, I can't think of a bad day. So no, it's all been
Has
good.
everyone got the tunes on?
Uh, no, we all gossip, just chit chat.
Little gossip, little chit chat,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And what's your favourite go-to cheat meal?
Oh, my cheat meal. I do like Chinese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's a Chinese order?
Chicken chow mein, salt and pepper chicken and chips, sweet and sour sauce. That's probably the main order.
Yeah, can't beat
Mm.
it. I hope you haven't been having too many of them while you've been off.
Had one or two maybe. I've had the odd one.
And what's your favourite binge series or film that you'd love to watch? Are you
um,
watching it at the moment?
I'm nearly finished His and Hers. I've got one episode left, and that's been pretty good. I've enjoyed that one,
Are
and
you
I've
are
run
you
away.
are you a Traitors fan or a Love Island fan?
Um, I have watched Traitors and really enjoyed it actually, but I haven't watched this season so
Oh,
far.
it's been really good this
Yeah,
season.
I think I've missed out. I probably should have. I might need to catch up with it.
Yeah, you'll have to catch up on that one.
Definitely.
And what one race you'd love to win one day?
Oh, I mean, I'd love to win at Royal Ascot. That would be great. Definitely.
Yeah, definitely top it off. And
Mm.
can you give us one horse we should all keep an eye out for? Probably Tony's Yard in the future, in the
Um,
next couple of seasons.
Horse, Sink Verde. She's been really good for us. And she's definitely one. I mean, we can keep a lookout for Three Dons now. He's going jumping.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Yeah,
100%. Yeah.
yeah.
And one last question, Molly. Can you give anyone a bit of advice who's looking on, obviously, maybe going through the route that you went on, obviously, in the British, going to the race? We've obviously got two colleges in the UK, obviously, the British Racing School and obviously the National Horse Racing College. Can you give any advice to people who are looking to go into the industry?
Yeah, I think you've got to work hard and ask questions and do your best. I think it's the best place to start. You've got to, you've got to want to put the work in to get the best out of it. So as long as you put the work in and speak to the right people, it can be a good job.
Well, definitely. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you coming on the show. It's been lovely having you on. And obviously, fingers crossed you're back on the saddle not too long.
Yeah, thank you for having me.